Welcome back, everybody. This time, corned beef brisket turned into pastrami. First, desalinating it overnight in the refrigerator. And no intro or outro for this video. Next, putting together a spice blend. I have a grinder right here, using black peppercorn and 8 tablespoons. Giving it a good grind. And it's a good coarse grind, I would say. Pouring that into a spice jar. Next up, coriander seeds. This time 2 tablespoons. Give them a good little grind partially. And then I'm adding some mustard seed. 1 teaspoon. And give them a good little grind as well. And adding that, oh yeah, it looks so good, to the spice jar. Next up, garlic powder. 1 teaspoon. After that, some onion powder and also 1 teaspoon. Light brown sugar is what I had. I wanted dark, but they didn't have any. Anyhow, added 1 tablespoon, shaking it up. There's the pastrami, or should I say corned beef, after I desalinated it, and blotting off all the excess moisture. I also rinsed it, and added mustard as a binder, giving that a good rub in, and following it up with the rub that I put together. And I'm putting kind of a light amount on the fat cap side, pressing it all in and going for the top side. And this side, I definitely used a lot more rub. And also applied it to all the sides, although I didn't include that in the video. But patting it down, getting some more on the side there with the extra. Oh yeah, and then some more on this side. And patting that all in. And can't forget the remaining side. That's just the way I like to do it. And inserting the Temp Spike Plus, or Temp Spike 2, or whatever the heck it is. Meat is at 45 degrees. And off to the smoker, setting it for 225 degrees. Letting the initial smoke burn off, and the startup to complete. Then inserting the brisket onto the top rack, or should I say brisket flat, and a water pan down below. And you got to fill that with some water, so there we go. That'll help steam. Sliding it under, closing the lid, and letting her go. You can see the stall right here, and that's at about 156 degrees. I also really haven't opened it up to check on it until it hit about 6 hours. Here's what it's looking like. Looking like the bark is setting pretty good. There's still a little bit of water in the pan, although I'll put a little bit more, but you can see it's steaming. Also, adjusting the temperature, even though it's running a little hot right now, but I'm turning it up more to 275 for the finish. I don't intend on spritzing or wrapping this, and we'll see what happens. I checked it right now where the probe is. The meat is around 198, and it's pretty super tender. However, at this end, not as much. So I'm moving it this way, so this end's more over the heat source, and let it ride a little more. So check it out. The corned beef brisket is at 203 degrees. Temp's at 316. It's a little bit over, but that's okay. Actually better at this point because it's been going for a bit over 11 hours right now. If I probe it, yeah, it's pretty buttery smooth. Let's see. Wow, it's reading 210 at the end there. 205. But where the probe is, right before it, it's around 194 in the middle there. 199. But it's totally buttery smooth at this end. Just a little bit in the middle has some pull, but not too bad. Now the temp spike's reading at about 205, and I think I will remove it. That bark though, seems crusted on there really well. And let it do the shutdown. Yeah, that's looking pretty crazy good. That bark is totally on there. It's not coming off. Wrap it real close to the meat. I have the temp spike just poking out there at the end, but it got it all closed up to that point. And I'm letting it rest until the internal temperature goes back down to 140. Meat dropped a little bit below 140. I had to cook some potatoes, but let's unwrap this. There's the temp spike. Let's pull that out. Now I have a picture of the original so I can see which way the grains are going. Very important to go against the grain, right? That being the case, I want to go this way and start going up. So let's try it. It's definitely got a thick bark on it. So let's get rid of that. I'm sure the first few slices are going to be on the drier side. Gotta try that though. Oh yeah, definitely has that pastrami taste. Hopefully, it's not all dry like that all the way through. I don't think it will be. Okay. I mean, super pull apart. Okay, that's juicy right there. That definitely tastes legit. Wow. Starting to be able to get some slices. There we go. Okay, see, that's looking pretty juicy in there. I'm going to serve this up to my dad real quick. I'll cut some more for myself. But really, I want to save a lot of this to be put through the deli slicer. So I'll cut a little bit more, maybe to there, and then I'll cut the rest tomorrow with the deli slicer. Yeah, I could tell it's a little dried out right here and here. Next time I'll have to monitor that a little better, but in the center, it's nice. Yeah, it's nice. Definitely. I mean, look at it. It just breaks apart. Mm. That's good seasoning, that blend I used. So yeah, I'll use the rest tomorrow. So see if I can make a pastrami sandwich. Oh, it's slicing. yeah. I think that's about it. That definitely made it nice and super thin, folks. Check that out, just like a deli. So that's what I'm looking at, folks. Some of it has fat right here. Not all of it. It depends where on the brisket. But yeah, that's going to make it for a good sandwich.